But some people say that cancel culture don't exist. Do you think
That
so?
okay, that one I think they're just I'm not sure they don't understand maybe what cancel culture is about or because I think if you are in any even in Facebook, even if you're on
Hmm.
Facebook or whatever, like if you're in any social media,
Yep.
you've at least seen a glimpse of this. When like even if it's late, even like this year, let's say you're like um at this let's say you've only heard of cancel culture this year, you must have heard it at some point. That's so
Right.
hard, I believe. Yeah,
Right.
and so people who say things like cancel culture doesn't exist, I think it's either they're denying cancel culture doesn't
Mm.
exist, or at the very least doesn't understand uh what bit of cancel culture it is they're like concerned about maybe or thinking about. Because
Well.
there's something I'll put also talk about later on in my topic or like my segment.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, but I think I don't know those type of people. I think they're either trolling or just doesn't understand what cancel culture is.
I actually thought of it from the perspective of like, what if they thought that it wasn't that cancel culture didn't exist, but for them it's more of like the effects of cancel culture doesn't exist. As in to them it's like, yeah, you can like a group of elitists or a group of people can just be go around saying, well, let's cancel this person, let's cancel this person. But eventually, person will be relevant whether they want to be canceled or not, most of the time.
Mm.
So that's why they think that cancel culture doesn't exist. I think it's more of like, for example, I think we've always been one. I don't know about us, tapi kayak from what I know, it's like some people have always been saying cancel the Kardashians, cancel them. They're not relevant to society. They don't do
Oh,
anything
but
for
like
society.
they nothing actually ever happens. Is that it?
Yeah, yeah, like with the whole scandal of Kylie Jenner or whatever. Like Kylie
Uh,
Jenner is still relevant.
yeah, she's still like popular and like makes tons of money doing absolutely.
Right. And I think that's why like people think it doesn't exist because no matter how much you scream out for someone to be canceled, it might not be the case. Like,
It might not happen essentially, right?
because like cancel culture is a myth to them. For me personally, I feel like I'm leaning more to cancel culture actually existing
Oh, okay.
because I do see the effects from it. Um, I don't only see it from, I mean, like, obviously, probably most of the time, there's not like immediate canceling. For example, like the whole James Charles thing or the whole, like, Harvey Weinstein was like really truly canceling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you do see the effects, whether or not that person eventually gets canceled fully or not. You see how it's being affected. Because, like, I see now many more, like, not really as relevant as he used to be ever since the whole scheme of, like, the whole, ever since the whole fiasco of him being shouted out at.
Okay.
Laura Lee is no longer
Yeah,
relevant as
I like.
well.
I don't think. Yeah, she's completely gone. I think as well. Yeah.
No, no, she's still videos. I remember searching up his
No, no,
videos.
yeah, no, no. Like I understand what you meant, but like basically, she's not as popular as she was before. Like
Yeah,
she's almost like she only has like 1,000 views. I think because PewDiePie covered her again a while
yeah.
after or something. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying it's like probably maybe some people are correct that cancel culture doesn't exist effectively, as in like fully 100% people be canceling fully 100%, except for that Minneapolis guy probably or Harvey Weinstein. Um, but the effects are still there. So I do still believe that cancel culture is a thing. Maybe
Okay.
not a culture, but maybe it's just a trend, cancel trend or something like that. Not culture,
Okay.
I guess, but a trend.
Mhm.
Soon to be culture probably if people start to like really equip this with all their arguments of not liking someone just canceling.